Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video we are checking out the character changes for season 5 and we are checking out G in this video. And G of course was one of the better characters last season. It was debatable whether he's top 5 or top 10 or whatever, but he was obviously a very strong character. He obviously had the best V-trigger in the game and the highest robbery in the game. So let's check out how they actually changed G. The first change for G, and this actually is a really interesting one. So of course G has the president level system or the presidentiality level system. In V-Trigger 1, G could cancel a special move to another special move. So pretty much he can do this, right? I mean, we have all seen it before. What they did is when he is in maximum presidentiality level, he can do a special move and cancel it into an EX special move. So you get pretty much the same thing, but you use one EX bar. So this is an interesting change. They are pretty much trying to incentivize the G players to use their EXs a little bit more, because G usually does not, outside of maybe using your EX bar for this activation, G was not really using his super bar at all. Almost every G player was saving for V-Trigger, getting a combo and then using the super as a damage extension and getting more damage. So that is really good. The second change is to his standing heavy kick. Now you cannot hit him between the first and the second hit. There used to be a box here where, of course, this attack hits twice. There used to be a box where you could hit him between the first and second hit, but that is now gone. They changed his crouching medium punch so that it no longer anti-airs, and this is a universal change, it's not a big deal. And G doesn't anti-air with crouching medium punch anyways. You use your crouching heavy punch, back heavy punch, jumping back medium or V-skill. No G was using the crouching medium for anti-airs to begin with, so it doesn't affect him. The coming changes or the follow-up change actually kinda sucks. I hate that style of changes, and this happened to a couple of characters like Poison and Karen. Pretty much when you get swept or you block a sweep, you get swept backwards, right? So now if you ever block a sweep from G, you get to sweep him back. Before he could set up some spacing traps with this, but not anymore. Now everyone you get to sweep him back. They also changed his jumping medium punch. Jumping medium punch from G was actually a really good air-to-air. Now he gets an even better situation after it. So this is an interesting buff. I don't think this move need to be buffed to begin with. I think it's amazing as it is. So I'm not sure why they buffed this, but it is a buff. They also changed his wild president. It is the forward and heavy punch. And this got changed. I didn't say nerfed or buffed because it got buffed in a way and nerfed in a way. Basically what they did is that they made it easier to whiff punish it, right? Now there's an even larger hurt box. So it is actually easier to punish it on whiff, but they also increased the pushback on block, and this makes it harder to punish it on block. So now this is, of course it is -4 on block, so it's gonna be really hard to punish it on block, but on whiff it is easier to whiff punish, which is a fair change in my opinion. Now the upcoming couple of changes are really big, and they changed a lot of his special moves, and the one thing that I've seen getting the most people rattled is the change to his fireballs. If you don't know the G matchup, or if you weren't a G player, G actually had better zoning fireballs in level 1 and level 2 presidentiality levels. When he was in level 1, his fireball had less recovery than the maximum level fireball. This maximum level fireball actually have more recovery. So if he was trying to zone you out, or G was trying to zone you out, it was beneficial for him to be in the level 1 or level 2 G, preferably the level 2 one. This was his best state. But Capcom actually nerfed the fireballs from G, and they nerfed them by quite a bit actually. First of all, they added a hurt box during recovery and made the entire move go from 46 to 49 frames. So now it is gonna be easier to jump, and he have added hurt box, and they also made it more unsafe. So let's check out something that I want to show you guys. When you block the light punch fireball from G, he's now minus 11. Minus 11 means that a big portion of the cost can actually punish him with super. Like, I would say maybe like 3/4 of the cost can actually super punish this now. A minus 11 for a fireball is way too much in my opinion, so that is a really big change. And they also added this hurt box extension after it whiffs. So notice what I'm doing now. If it happens to whiff like that, you can actually get a punish on G here, which is kind of, it's a little bit hard to do. You're not gonna be doing it a lot, but it is absolutely possible, right? That is just to show you how big the added hurt box is. Of course, this also means that it's gonna be easier to hit him with an attacks like this. So if I'm doing the wheel kick, he's gonna get hit from a lot longer, and etc, etc, etc. So his fireballs got a lot weaker. His hurt box extension is a lot weaker, and the frame data on block is actually really bad, and even the frame advantage on hit is also really bad. So these changes will 100% negatively affect the character zoning potential, and the same also happened to his level 2 power up one. This also got the added recovery, also have the 49 frames, and on block this is now minus 8 instead of minus 5. So again, at minus 8, many characters can actually punish this on block. So these are really interesting changes for the character. They also decrease the ship damage for the maximum level fireball. This used to do 20 ship, now it is doing 16 ship, so a little bit less ship damage, but 16 ship is still really good. So overall, what we can see here is that G's fireballs got nerfed across the board. All of them now have worse recovery, all of them now are easier to stuff, all of them now are almost punishable on block except the maximum level one. I mean especially the light one, right? The heavy one is still plus of course, but this you have such slow startup and it's really easy to jump. Overall, nerfs to the fireball game. There's not much more to go on than that. They also changed his EX G spin kick. G spin kick is this attack, and the changes to the EX is that the second hit, they expanded the hitbox. This is pretty much a combo consistency change. So when you do the dash punch here to the EX, it is more likely to connect. There were some instances where the second attacks, the second kick would whiff, but now this is connecting a lot more consistently. So this is a nice quality of life change. Now the upcoming one is a really big change and it's gonna impact this character a lot. There is a system change mechanic in Street Fighter V, and it is that combos that start with command grabs are gonna be scaled more. What is combo scaling? In general, when I'm doing a first hit of a combo, notice that the damage scaling on the first hit is saying 100%. The second hit will be 90, a third hit will be, for example, a third hit will be 80, and you go on like that. What Capcom changed is that after a command grab, the command grab will do 2 points of scaling. So we will start at 100 and the follow-up attack will be 80 instead of 90. This means now that command grab combos are gonna do a lot less damage overall. So let's check out like his basic bread and butter command grab combo. This is now doing 240. So this is now scaling a lot and doing a lot less. This is a change that's gonna affect G, I feel. It's of course a universal change, it's not a direct nerf to G, but he is the character that got the most combos out of command grabs, right? Even in V-Trigger, he's getting less damage now with the command grab. Of course he's still getting like really good damage, but now he's getting 337 instead of getting 400 out of command grab. Right? So there is a significant damage nerf here, and the longer the combo goes, the more the damage nerf will happen actually, because the scaling will be increased and you will feel the damage nerf more and more. So this is a really big change, and to compensate with this, Capcom made it so that his EX command grab actually does more damage. So when you start a combo with an EX, like for example, if I'm at maximum level, right? I'm gonna do the command grab and I'm gonna combo into the dash punch. This is 160. If I do the EX and combo into the dash punch, it's gonna be 190. So he's pretty much getting more damage, or if he starts the combo with the EX command grab. Again, this is more to incentivize the G players to use the EX bar. They don't want G to be simply they want him to use his EX bar and not simply save it for super every single time. Now this one, the upcoming one, is a huge nerf. This is actually a really big nerf in my opinion. And this has to do with his V skill. G's V skill was one of the best V skills in the game. This obviously absorbs projectiles, right? You can absorb fireballs with this. And what Capcom did is that it is now 4 frames slower at absorbing fireball. At 13 frames, this is slower than Cody's swing in V-Trigger 2. This is as fast as Honda's V-Skill 1. So pretty much, if I try to do a fireball absorb here versus this G, I can't simply do it in reaction. I have to do it as a prediction. I have to do it before the fireball comes out, because if I try to react to the fireball, I'm gonna get hit, right? This is a very big change, because this coupled with the fireball nerfs means that G is a significantly weaker character in fireball wars. 4 frames is a ton in fighting games. And this one is gonna very heavily impact G in fireball wars. He could very well potentially lose now to characters like Sagat and like Ryu, who have even better fireballs, and you know they increase the speed of the tiger shots and all of that. So it's gonna be really hard for him to absorb fireballs from this range. You're gonna have to be really far away, like 3/4 of the screen, or maybe from a range like that you will be able to absorb fireballs, but from the mid range that is gone. And also they shorten the window where you can absorb the fireball, so it is slower to get to that window, and the window itself is shorter. So this is a really big nerf actually. Along with the fireballs, these two nerfs combined will negatively affect the character by a lot. And the other change that will also affect the character is his V-trigger. Capcom made it so that when he is in the base level or level 1 presidentiality, his V-trigger lasts shorter than it used to be, and when he is at max level, it lasts longer than it used to be. So when he activates now on the base level, he only gets to do 7 special moves. So this is a little bit shorter, right? And you also have to consider that they nerfed the command grab damage, and they also nerfed the V skill 1 so that it consumes more V gauge. So notice now his V skill 1 in this V trigger, it consumes a significant amount of V gauge, right? So for example, if you're doing a combo like that in the corner, let's check this out. Like a combo like that almost consumes entire V gauge, and if you go for a command grab here, you're gonna get a lot less damage out of it, right? So overall, they nerfed his V-trigger by quite a bit if you were using it as a comeback V-trigger, but they also buffed it if you were at maximum level. But here's the thing, if Jean made it to maximum level, he is likely not getting his V-trigger anyways, right? So pretty much, if you are winning, you are even at a better place with the V-trigger, but if you are already losing, it is harder to make that comeback. And the change to his V skill is actually really significant, because many G players use this like that to get close. They were using it to make the EX dash low safe. So you could do something like that, or to for example use this one like that and get the activation. Like this now almost consumes half of the bar. Look at this. So the V trigger goes down a lot quicker now. And the final change is to his V trigger 2. Pretty much it does more damage when you land it as a hit, grounded, and there is an added effect. So there is this new camera effect, and it is doing more damage if the first hit lands, which is really nice for the character. Overall, in my opinion, G as a comeback robbery character got nerfed by a lot thanks to the command grab nerfs and the V-trigger nerf. Both of these are gonna be really big for the robbery factor comeback, and you also of course have to consider V-shift. The opponents having an option against your pressure is gonna be really significant, because for example, let's check out something like that. If G was in V-trigger, he could do something like that, right? And this was really annoying for your opponents to deal with. Let's play again. But you might be able to V-shift and punish this now, right? So you will have to consider changes like that, which in my opinion will negatively impact G in the long run. But of course, also many other characters are now more whiff punishable. G have some of the best whiff punishment ability in the game. So I'm gonna have to see how it all plays out in the end. So he is nerfed overall, but we will have to see to what extent. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, it helps the channel so much. I have left the Discord and Patreon link in the description. Once more, thank you very much and stay safe.